NorCal, 209 King of Comedy. It's Rick without the K. James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
Welcome to season 2 of In My Opinion podcast. Brought to you as always as Rick James. Rick, of course, is going to be one of our guests here today, and a guest here today that you're seeing for the first time, but he's been here multiple times. Our cameraman, Big Jay.
Yeah.
So, season 2, episode 1. Season 1 was great. Had a great time. Do you want to recap it at all?
Not really. I just want to let the viewers know that we did recap it with the best of, so check those out. I got a couple more clips coming your way, so says it all on the recap there.
All right, let's jump into season 2, episode 1. This is a personal question for me. I'm the one that brought it up. I'm going to go to you first on this, but if no sex was involved, would you be in a relationship? Now, the reason I brought this question up was because sometimes I notice I stay in a relationship because I'm lonely if I'm not in a relationship. So, not to be too bitter, I'm staying there because of the pussy. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say it, but I'm staying there because of the affection, the booty, and stuff like that, because I know when it's gone. I've always said this to you, one of my famous quotes: sex and money's always only important when you don't have it. And so to me, sometimes a relationship gets so terrible. I don't know if it wasn't for sex, that why would you really need a relationship? Why would you really be in a relationship? Why would you put up with that? And I'm talking kind of more of a long-term relationship if there wasn't sex involved. If there wasn't sex involved, why not keep it like you do with a buddy or a friend, or hang out, we'll see each other once in a while and then that's it? Because I don't find, without the affection and the sex, I don't know why you'd stay in a relationship and put up with all that bullshit. Your take on it, Rick?
For some reason, Ronnie, I think you've rubbed off on me a little too much, man. Because I'm starting to feel the way you were a year ago, and it was the fact that, like, sex isn't that important, at least in the relationship that I'm in now. So,
you got a thermometer? I need to take his temp real quick.
Which is fucking weird. I've never said that, but I think for me, it allows me to get more shit done. I've been probably more successful in the last year than I have been in the last 5. Coming together because I'm not letting pussy rule my world. But I told you that, I think in the beginning of last season, I said that I didn't want no life-changing pussy in my life right now. And I think that's the difference between us, is you got life-changing pussy in your life right now. And you're like, man, I don't want the change to happen, but it's so good I can't make it. Like you're the crackhead right now, and you're trying to get your fix, man. And I'm just glad that it's you and not me right now. So
you know what's pissing me off is that you're getting all rosy and stuff's getting all rosy and peaches to you now. I'm getting bitter. And we've always been the opposite, is I'm feeling a little bitter about this shit now. And you're like, la 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 la.
I'm starting to get used to that sex isn't a top 5 thing in my agenda now. Like I said, it allows me to do so much more than to think about how I'm going to get laid and when I'm going to get some booty the next time. Where I'm like, if it happens, okay, I guess, if I'm not tired enough today. Which is making me feel like an old dude. That's where I feel like it's my world is fucking getting rearranged right now. I'm not used to that. I'm starting to feel like, man, should I as a man feel like that? And my sex drive is 10% of what it used to be. So,
can I ask personal questions?
If my son can edit this shit out, yeah.
Now, I had been for a while where I hadn't been a real sexual person. You know that. Okay, a couple years out of a marriage, long marriage. At the end of a marriage that slowed down, you know how marriages are after 12 years, you're just not having sex like you were year 1 and year 12. I don't care what anybody says. So my sex life had ramped up a lot with this girl, and that was one of the differences. So I'm trying to give you an out by setting you up. But would it make a difference if you had a partner that was more sexual? Like, for instance, I mean, if you always tease about that. What's that one porno star that you joke about? You were talking about.
Shit, which one? Jesus.
But anyway, would it make a
Luna
difference?
Star. Yeah.
Would it make a difference? It was someone that was like where the relationship was more sexual than supportive.
Definitely. I think for me, and you know, I got to tiptoe around this shit, but I think for me, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. For me, it's just the fact that the drive is different sexually for the both of us in the relationship that I'm in. Is the fact that I'm not too worried about it. I guess I've always been so worried about it, so insecure. Maybe that's the difference that I'm having is normally I'm always trying to feel like I've got him. I better give that good dick, because if not, she's going to find some other dick. And maybe that's the difference with this relationship.
You feel secure?
Yeah, I feel like I don't have to go lay down the dick.
So you mentioned the different drives. So my next question would be, is this the first relationship you've ever been in where her drive is more than your drive? Her need is more than your need?
I think her drive is more than mine, but the freakiness, and that's what I'm saying. I think we're both compatible on different compatible levels. Where I'm a fucking freak. You know
don't talk about that. I just got in trouble for that.
Yeah, and if I mention something sexually, she takes it as a hit against her. So we don't even really have those conversations.
I'm getting off this subject because I don't get going. I just got in trouble for using dirty words during sex. It's like, because now I'm calling her bad names, or now I'm doing something. I'm not just getting into it. I'm being an asshole now. Big J, take us away, because otherwise I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. How about you?
I'm gonna say honestly, when I was younger, it wasn't even about if there was no sex. It was like if there was no head, there was no relationship. Like, you know, like I need a head every morning, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was. You know, it was a major thing. I think as you get older, though, and you build with somebody, and now we got a house together, and now we got all these different things that if it's not involved, you know, you're building the future, and sometimes you get more caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? And with me personally, my significant other ended up having cancer. So when you have an illness like that sexual drive disappears
and
overnight.
It changes your focus, though, right? I mean, your entire focus is on support and love.
You're more worried about health, and I think that's the test of, do I really love this bro or not? You know what I'm saying? Because if I didn't love her, then I'll be gone right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
But because you really love someone, then you kind of put that sex on the back seat. You know what I'm saying? For the time being, and you're more worried about health, more worried about other stuff. But the young me would have been totally opposite. It would have been like,
so how old are you right now?
I'm get on blind, man.
Come on, bro.
I'm 40.
40?
41.
So let me ask you a question then. 41, because you're just a little bit younger than Rick. When did you notice the turn? When did you notice the change? When did you notice things slowed down for you? Or was it with this partner?
Slow down, like the sexual drive?
Like you talked about when you were younger, it had to be about sex. She had to give you head every morning. You had to have it. When did you notice that things changed? Was it when she had cancer? Was when you had kids? Was when you bought a home? When did you notice?
Well, I think kids always play a factor.
Absolutely.
Hating asses is in the bed all the damn time. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just asking you, when did it start to?
I thought it still do me like that.
Because like for me, I know it's been several different things in several relationships, but one was in my first years ago, it was my child, and then I remember like in my long marriage, it was because the marriage got long. She was working full time, I was working full time. You come home sometimes and you look at each other. Do you want to have sex? I do, but I'm awful tired. How about you? Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. I mean, so
I think mine was when I really decided that I found one I wanted to settle down with.
Okay.
You know, because I think in other relationships, I mean, it was sex all the time, but I was also having sex with like 2 or 3 other bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
we'll edit that out.
My sex drive was super. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I had one that was like, you know, she kind of knew the vibe, and when we got together, she knew who I was. You know, I had multiples. And she was like, you know, you can fuck me in my sleep if you want to. It don't matter. Just wake me up, or, you know, like, just don't go anywhere else. And I was still like, did you sleep? I'm out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, with someone else. So I think what I really wanted to be faithful and want to be with that person, then you kind of, if they're not into it, they're having a bad week, or like the whole it's my time of the month, you have to take a week off. When I was young, it's your time of the month, I'll holler at you next week then. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then when you really with somebody, you take that time off.
So you bring up something that makes me ask another question now. Was it your quality of partner? And I'm saying this from a fact of love and respect, and did that start changing it when you found someone that you're like, damn, I don't want to be with anybody else?
I think so. I think it was just when you really found someone that really got your back and you really trusted.
Yeah.
I'm a very untrusting person. Like, I don't trust anybody how I grew up. And I think I had trust none of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll trust you as far as I can throw you. So, the me really didn't care. It was almost like, oh, she probably cheating anyway, so why should I turn down this one and this one and this one? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Plus, I'm getting chased all the time anyway. So, I think when you really find someone that you really, okay, they got me, I got them, we really gonna make it work. And you don't want to lose them. You gotta have that. I don't want to lose this person, so I don't want to do right. You know what I'm saying? I think that changed how I perceived how important it was. Because then it was more about, okay, if you ain't feeling it, let's worry about other shit. Plus, I'm building a house now. Plus, you know, we're building a life together. So it can't just be dictated about sex. You know.
And I view things a lot like that too, because, you know, that's kind of how I was. And the untrusting part is what really hits home for me, is because I always felt like in a relationship, it's not going to make it anyway. So what does it really matter? So if I went somewhere else, or if I moved down the line or whatever, you know. So when you get with someone where you're like, shit, they're going to be here for a while. Mm-hmm. I think it changes things dramatically. Does it change it for you?
No.
Boy, Charlie Murphy, main man, Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up.
I can't hear my neighbor crying, I can't breathe.
Please hit the subscribe button down low so you can see all new clips, all new episodes coming to you.